Dragon Masters, Call of the Sound Dragon. Chapter 4, Wizard vs. Wizard. Sono and Tessa moved quickly through lemurs, followed by the others. The road is curving to the right, Tessa said. We're getting closer to the arena. Stone houses lined the street. Among the houses stood more statues like the ones just outside the city. Rimas is one of the oldest cities in the world, Griffith explained as they moved through the city. He pointed to the statue of the woman holding a dog. That statue is Helen, a brave peacemaker, and that's Theo, who invented the sundial, Petra said. She pointed to a statue of the man holding a round disc. Now the arena was in sight. It towered over the city. Boom! Boom! Loud sounds exploded from the arena. Bursts of yellow and red and yellow lights shone through the open archways. Tessa and Sono reached the entrance first. Is everyone still behind me? Tessa called back. We're here, Drake replied. Wizard, I hope you know what to do, Tessa said. Their magic is out of control. Griffith stepped forward. If it becomes too dangerous, we will retreat, he said. We can leave and seek help from wizards at Baron. Baron? Drake asked. The castle where there is kind of headquarters for wizards, Griffith explained. Also, young wizards go there to train. Drake wanted to ask more about Baron, but he didn't have a chance. Griffith stepped into the arena and the others followed. A crowd of townspeople had gathered to watch the battle. Two wizards stood in the corner of the circle. One of them wore yellow robes. His wavy brown hair was standing on the end. The other wizards were short and round, with a blonde beard and hair and red robes. Sono, tell me what's happening, Tessa said, and her dragonstone glowed. Which one is Marco? Drake asked. Felix is tall and shiny, Tessa replied. And Sono says Marco is wearing red robes. Felix dodged the blast. He waved his hand and a horse made of yellow energy appeared underneath him. The horse galloped toward Marco. End this now, Marco, Felix demanded. Not until Rimas is mine, Marco replied. He pointed at the energy horse. It turned red and transformed into a giant porcupine with prickly quills. Ouch! Felix cried. He jumped up. The energy porcupine exploded, and a lightning bolt flashed in the sky. Griffith turned to the Dragon Masters. Stay back, he warned them. That magic is already escaping from the arena. The whole city is in danger. I have to stop this. Drake held his breath as Griffith entered the circle. Marco, Felix, enough, he called out. The two wizards looked at him. Griffith, thanks goodness, Felix said. Marco frowned. This is not your business, wizard, he said. I'm afraid it is, Griffith said. This duel must end. No! Marco yelled. He hit Griffith with a sizzling blast of red energy. Drake gasped. A white dog stood in Griffith's place. Chapter 5. Quack! Worm, get Griffith out of here! Drax yelled. Worm's body glowed, and the dog floated away from the wizard and into Drax's arms. Get to the city entrance as fast as you can, Tessa instructed. Her dragonstone glimmered. The webby pattern on her dragon began to wobble. Sono and Tessa shimmered and pulsed. Then they disappeared. Sono can transport, Drax thought. He put a hand on Worm and cradled the dog with the other. Peter kept one hand on Jera and touched Worm. Worm, transport us back to the entrance to the city, recommended. In a flash, they appeared beside Tessa and Sono. Thanks for not bumping into his time, Tessa said. Quick! And quack! The dog quacked. So, it sounds like your wizard got turned into a duck, Tessa said. It looks that way, Peter said. Unless he got switched with duck. And the real Griffith is a dog punch somewhere. Drake held the duck in the front of his face. Quack 3 times if you're Griffith, he said. Quack, quack, quack. Drake smiled. Good, he said. I mean, not good that you're a duck, but at least we haven't lost you. We'll find the way to turn you back. How can we help him? Petra said. We should go to Baron, Tessa said. That's what your wizard said. Felix told me to go there too. Quack, Griffith agreed. The castle and the wizards is there, Petra added. I read a book about it once. Let's transport right away, Drax said. He turned to Tessa. It looks like Sono can transport too, but in a different way than Worm. Sono is a sound dragon, and one of her powers is that she can turn into sound waves, Tessa told him. Sound waves move really, really fast. Do you and Petra want to try it? No, thank you, Petra said. I don't like things that move really fast. I'll try it, Drax said. Worm, can you get Petra and Jera to Baron? Yes, Worm replied. Quack, quack. Petra rasped. I think Griffith wants to go with me, she said. She took him from Drax. Drax climbed onto Sono's back. Put your arms around me and hold on, Tessa instructed. Sono's going to turn into the sound waves. Too, it will feel a bit weird. Drake thought about changing his mind, but he did not to. Ready, he said. He looked down at Sono's webby scales. They started to wiggle. Drake heard a humming sound in his ears. His body felt tingly. Then, whoosh! They sped toward Baron at the speed of sound. Chapter 6. Baron. Drake's head felt very fuzzy. They were moving impossibly fast. He felt frightened and excited at the same time. This is really different from when Worm transports, he thought. The tingly feeling stopped. Drake blinked. They had landed on a flat, green plain overlooking the blue sea. A path led to a tall castle that towered the end of the cliff. What did you think, Drake? Tessa asked. Drake grinned. That was a wild ride. Right? Tessa patted the braid of her hair wrapped around her head. That's why I wear my hair like this. Otherwise, it flies all over. Green lights flashed, and Worm appeared with Jera and Petra. who held Griffith under one arm. Quack! You beat us, Petra said, surprised. Sono is really fast, Jack told her. Then he looked at the path leading to the castle. That must be castle of the wizards. Let's walk. They stopped onto a path. So, Tessa, what other powers does Sono have? Petra asked. Tessa jumped up Sono's back without letting go of the leader strap. Sono has lots of great sound powers, she said, walking beside her dragon. He can make powerful sound waves that can break up rocks. She can transform into sound waves and pass through solid things like walls. She is a really cool dragon, Drake said. Is it hard being a dragon master if you can see? Petra blurted out. Her cheeks turned pink. I'm sorry, is that a rude question? I don't mind you asking, Tessa replied. The answer is that it's not hard. I have the same connection with Sono that you two have with your dragons. Just like you. I train my dragon, but unlike you, Sono tells me what's going on when I can figure things out may watch hear or feel. She guides me and describes things to me. That's awesome. Drake said. Before I met Sono, Tessa explained, I used this stuff to help me around. She pulled out the long step to her feet. Back. How does that work? Drake asked. Tessa let go of Sono's straps. She gripped the steps just below the dragon head curved on the top. Then she held the stub in front of her hand and walked forward. She moved it from left to right, tapping the ground. I moved the stub a little wider than anybody to make sure it's clear for me to take a step. I figured if there's a rock in front of me or a door, stop like that. That's so smart, Drake said. Thanks, Tessa replied. I use my hearing and other senses to get information about my surroundings too. But having Sono as my guide is the best. Sono's one of the coolest dragons I ever seen, Petra said. Tell me about Zera, Tessa said. What kind of powers will they have? She is a dragon with poison powers called a Hydra, Petra explained. But she also has a beautiful song. She can heal everyone who is hurt by her poison. That is an amazing power, Tessa said. Can I hear her song? Petra said. Sure, she said, and her dragon's tongue glowed. Zera, please sing for us. The Hydra's four heads began to sing together in a harmony. A sweet, pretty tune filled the air. While Zera sang, Tessa's dragon's tongue glowed. A soft pink light shone from Sono. The light got brighter, and Zera's song became louder. That's another power, Tessa said. Sono can change sound waves to make sounds louder or softer. Zera and Sono should express more when we have time, Peter suggested. Zera and they had reached the castle. A wizard's guard wearing a tall black hat stood in the front door. Stop! No may dragons enter here, he yelled. Chapter 7. The Castle of the Wizards. The guard followed and crossed his arms. You have to let us in, Tessa demanded. That's a wizard duel happening in Rimas, and our wizard has been turned into a duck, Drake said. Petra held a Griffith. Quack! The girl raised an eyebrow. Is that so? The dog sounds like an ordinary dog to me. He bent down and looked the dog in the eyes. Quack, 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 Griffith scolded. The girl straightened up. Yes, Griffith, you can see the health wizard right away. Can you understand this? Can you understand birds? Drake asked. Mostly just dogs and chickens, the girl replied. You kids can all go in, but your dragons must stay here. These are castle rules. Sono needs to stay with me, Tessa explained. She guides me. Quack, quack, Griffith added. Yes, guide animals are allowed, the girl said. But Sono can use her dragon powers inside the castle. Got it, Tessa said. Then she and Sono moved past the guard. You'll find head wizard at the end of the hallway, the guards called after her. Zera and Worm outside the gate. Drake and Petra followed Tessa, leaving Zera and Worm outside the gate. This place reminds me of Dragon Castle, Drake thought, looking at the floors and walls made of green stone. As Drake and Petra passed by help open doors, they saw scenes very different from those in Bracken. In one room, boys and girls waved wands with sparkling tips. Right. Griffith says the young wizard can train here, Drake remembered. In another classroom, a boy pointed his finger at the apple and it turned into a potato. Another room was filled with glittery purple fog. Finally, they reached the end of the hallway. Rick moved to knock on it, but the door swung open on its own. They heard a voice within. Griffith, what trouble had you gotten into? The end.